Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's Creative Redundancy back again, the one known as CR, like it says on your screen. Woo, woo, woo. Effects, sound effects. I think I'll turn it this way. So hopefully everyone's doing well, and welcome to this live with CR time. Reconnecting with some of you folks out there, among some other things, while I do a couple of things around here. I just pick up this paper off the ground first. So it is the first day of spring, right? Well, I think I'm getting that 404 error. Right now. I keep wanting to load up spring today, but I'm getting that 404 error. The page won't load for me. I guess I'll have to wait another 5 minutes. Like they say, right? If you don't like it, wait another 5 minutes. Well, I think I'll have to wait a little bit longer than 5 minutes for like maybe 5 days. It's something along the lines of that. Let's see if this is not actually work for it. Make sure this is actually working for me. And yes, my chat is working. Yay. So yeah, I'm just cleaning up right now, just tidying up some stuff here. So I've decided to start this stream slightly early. Yeah, actually right on time, but like a minute early, but whatever. I have a video lined up for the top of the next hour in about 60 minutes here, 59 minutes here. Something to sprout your interest, like usual. Like usual. I was actually debating on actually having it for today, then I'm like, because I could have ran with another video, but I decided, I'm like, you know what? Despite how it doesn't look like spring outside for me right now, I have decided to. The video for the top of the hour will be there, because yeah, it's definitely not very spring-like today, but then again, I've seen worse, so it's not too bad. Apparently, last year at this time, because I was checking the weather. Apparently it was much warmer and sunny. Well, not this time around for me. I'll have to wait a little bit more. And yes. Hey, look! It's Huga! Hi, CV. Hi. I know. See, I still have them out. Oh, sorry. See, I still got the wool out. Still got this out. Hi. Wave. Woo. Pinky wave. Hopefully you're doing well, CV. So yeah, I got some of this stuff out. Still, for a little bit longer. I almost put everything away. I was starting to put some of the winter stuff away, and I'm like, not quite. I mean, some of the more, like, what I would call for the lower temperatures and such, yeah. I kind of put some of that away, but I have some stuff for, like, this time of year right now. Because actually, I was double checking. Apparently, a normal daytime value for this time of year for this area is, for daytime high, is supposed to be above freezing. So, I mean, the temperature is kind of right. Kind of wish there was more sun outside, but, well, at least the temperature is kind of right. So, I'll go with that, right? I'll go with that. Yeah. So I've seen. So I've heard. Well, at least you're warm over there. Well, you got the lettuce and onion coming up. Nice. I know I'm looking forward to it. It's coming closer. Like, I especially start thinking about after equinox time here. Like, you know. Although maybe not so much today, but I'm thinking about it. Maybe not so much today. It's kind of hard to think of spring when I see snow outside. Like literally. Maybe I'll show some of it. You know, maybe I'll show some of it. Why not? Happy spring, more like happy delayed spring. I told you guys, I'm getting that 404 error. I can't load spring up here. It keeps saying 404 error. I remember seeing that as like was it a meme or something like that? A couple years back. It always reminds me of it now. I went, yeah, that totally describes today right now. So, if I haven't said already, I do have videos lined up for the rest of this month. Like I said that last month, but I actually have videos lined up for the rest of this month here. My schedule for April and May, well, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. It'll probably be some sort of spring prep type video. That's in the works. I just have to wait for the spring page to load, because it hasn't loaded here yet. It's kind of like spring's kind of lagging behind. Yeah, still waiting for. Forget the 5 minutes. I think I'm gonna have to wait 5 days for it. Yeah. Like the ground's wet outside right now. With snow. Yeah, I know. I'm saying I should be talking about like grass, not snow. But I mean, at least on the bright side, there's moisture on the ground. At least it's not dry. So at least I'm not dry on content. That's another thing I've noticed. I've been able to maintain the schedule for a little bit now. I actually have some more videos lined up for later in the season. And currently, right now, I have videos scheduled for Q3 right now. Like, I still have to finish like some of this Did I say Q3? Yeah, Q3. Yeah, Q3. I think I'm actually working on this other video for like later this summer. I'm hoping to have it out later this summer. I'm actually working on it right now. So you know. It may seem like I'm not giving hint, but I am. I'm just working it together right now. I actually have the project out right now. I was actually working on it for a little bit. Because I have to make the second part of the video still. I recorded it, the initial part, the first part of the video. I still have to record the second part and get it going and all that stuff. You'll have to wait for that. Because I actually have to try it out too. And still put it together. Because it will involve a couple of things I like to do on the channel. You know, like reusing and creating. Yes. Yes, it will. I was actually watching some like in the last couple of days / nights, and I was just working on it. Although I made there's some imperfections, but maybe no one will notice. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see if anyone notices. Maybe I'll say it in the video. I don't know. Because apparently I didn't line things up accordingly as much as I would like. But I'm like, well, okay, I'll work with it. I'll adapt to it. I'll adjust to it. And so all that stuff. Hello, Vanessa Kitty. Good afternoon. Hopefully you're doing well, Vanessa. Hey, Huga, look, it's Vanessa. And Vanessa, look who it is. It's Huga. She's here. You guys are both here. So yes, like I said, I'm not seeing spring today. I actually have to be a little bit, I'm trying to be a little bit proactive, a little, in spite of not really seeing real spring yet. I mean, it's on the calendar, it's equinox day, but I mean, like, that's still not quite. However, with that said, I've seen everything else this week. Like in the word of one. Like in the last couple of videos you guys have seen it, you haven't seen them. You've seen me post a lot of different winter type of things. Well, that's because it's really happening. Like for real. Like some of that stuff is out of order in terms of it's not in chronological order, but those things I've seen, like yes, specifically the winter videos I've been posting this Q1, Q1, were actually happening during this Q1 time period. Yes, all that stuff. The freezing rain, yep, I saw that. I saw it again, although it wasn't as bad. The one I showed in that video was like the worst of it for this Q1 time. I was just like, I'm like, dang. Right? like you like literally I actually had to put the ice cleats on. I was just like, yeah, I think I'm gonna slide the ice cleats on so I don't slide my butt out. And all that stuff. Although I have something like that sometimes, there's just patches, right? Hence that other video that I showed with that giant snowball that I rolled in as like B-roll. And it's Vanessa. Oh, that's good. That's good, Vanessa. It's nice. Like I said, well, I'll quickly do this. I was gonna grab my jacket, but I'll just quickly do this. It's only like 33, 32 out right now. I will show you guys what I'm seeing. See? Oh, sorry. What snow? What snow? What snow? Hey. I can barely put a CR in there. Okay, I broke the CR, whatever. What's up, Lee? I see you in there. How are you doing, man? Ooh, let me walk back inside, because I don't have a jacket on. It's definitely not spring-like today for me. Definitely not spring-like. Definitely not spring-like. However, with that said, it might not be spring-like today, but it was just earlier in the week for me. It was. Because I saw above 50 Fahrenheit, above 10 Celsius. So, Mother Nature just decided, here's a sneak peek, but we're withdrawing it back on the Friday. I'm like, oh. So, if I think about it like that and pretend it was like 3 days, like a couple days later or whatever, I'd be like, yeah, alright. But that's how it is for me here at times. It's March, during the equinox time, during this early part of the spring. I mean, for me, I could see a lot of different things fall out. You know, sometimes I see sun like last year at this time. This year around, it's cloudy and I'm getting wet snow. But like I said, on the bright side, there's moisture on the ground at least. Hi, Howie. What? Past me, so that's 17, 60, 62, 63 Fahrenheit. Dang. 74. I'll take 23 Celsius right now. Dang. I'm getting jealous. Can you guys spare a little bit of heat? Can you guys spare a little bit of that springtime? I think I'm getting cabin fever here. I think I'm getting tired of winter. I want spring. I want to sprout. I want to see something. Like, literally. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, like, I'm not even getting any sunshine today, so I can't even really charge up solar lights. Although I've been banking some of this banking some of the power in some batteries. I got, you know, and stuff like that. Cause like I said, I've seen like, no word of a lie, like I've seen every last thing this week. Sunshine, yes. Snow, yes. Rain, yes. Freezing rain, yes. Like, all of that. like literally every single... I was actually surprised I was getting, like, a little bit of, like, sunshine break, too, right? So I was able to charge up some solar lights. I'll charge up the batteries for them, right? I mean, obviously today, not so much, but... You know. It's barely trickling. Barely at all. But luckily, I have some that are fully charged. They're in that 1.2 volt range, so... Hey, J&J! How's it going? And yes, a random dog from Howie. Although, technically, I prefer their dog. I prefer... Where is it? I think it's this one. This is like a bigger dog. There's supposed to be a bigger dog. Where... Yeah. Oh, I thought I put the bigger dot in. There's supposed to be a bigger dot. I always put the bigger dot. Maybe I don't have access to it. Via the Prism app here. But yes. Actually, I know exactly what I need to grab. I didn't actually put it on my phone earlier, but one of those stands. Alright, one of these stands right here. Yes, I'll show you guys. Yes, Howie, you have to put in the dot too. I gotta put this stand on. Yes, everyone, I have a Ranger band on my phone stand. It just happens to fit inside, that's why. It just happens to fit inside. And if necessary, I mean, this got grip on it, rubber grip feet. Like, you can see the texture, but I'm like, yeah. Yeah? Did you, Howie? Nice. So I gotta put this on. I kind of like this one, actually. It's one of those that actually you can set it up in landscape or portrait. So let me slide it on here. That way I can actually hold the phone without actually holding the phone. Make sure where my... There we go, yeah, hands-free. Well, not hands-free, but you know what I mean. But yes. So another thing I've been doing here is setting up some videos in advance. Like I said, there is this... I don't know, wow. Let's just say I'm creating with reclaimed items. Reusing. But I'm working on this video. It's like off to the side. I actually have to test part of it out, but I have to wait for it. Because it's not really the time of year to try it right now. See, I don't want to give it away, but let's just say now's not the time to try it out, because now's definitely not the time. It's too cold out. Actually, like, once you see the video later, you'll be like, oh, that was the one. This must be the video CR was talking about in the live stream back in March. It's the only one that explains everything. and checks out all the check marks. Hold on a second. Just gotta check on something. Yeah. Just looks overcast out. Cloudy everywhere. Yeah, it is actually overcast out because like the sky's just totally that gray color. Like not even any blue spots in the sky at all. So it's just generally overcast out. Although it might be gloomy outside, it's nice and bright in my stream. So, as a heads up, because since I got some of you guys in here, some of you folks in here, I am planning to do some live streams for this weekend. This is why I actually decided to start this stream early so I can give some more notice. I'll see if I'll remember to post a community board post about it too, but you heard it on the live stream first, so yes, there will be some more live streams in the works. I'll just have to set them up. I'm thinking, I don't know if I want to bring something in for Sunday. I was thinking of a Sunday stream, bringing in something. I don't know if I want to make it more fun or make it more educational, so to speak. So either be one or the other. Although the fun one is also kind of educational, and I guess I can make the educational one fun too. I'll have to see. I'll have to work in some stage props, let's just say, and do all that other stuff. I have my sip of coffee here. I think I'll have to warm up my coffee or make another cup soon. So trying to get some stuff done. Originally, when I was planning this live stream, I wasn't sure if it was actually if more precipitation was gonna fall, but looks like it's temporarily ended right now. So looks like I have this window of opportunity. Hence, I'm doing the live stream now. I was actually kind of thinking of doing a nighttime one for tonight, this evening. Let's see. I'll have to see. There may be one. I might actually pull one out, since it's been a while since I did one of those. But until then, this is the afternoon stream with me, where I'm actually trying. I'll show you guys something too, just because everyone wants to see randomly. Yeah, see, I wasn't kidding. Let me point that out right there. And don't forget to share this this stream. That'd be nice too. That'd be nice too. Like I said, I'm doing a couple things on the side. Like I said, there'll probably be videos on it. I'm just kind of thinking about it right now. Some things I have to do. Because I realized that unlike last year, the 2025's Q1, where I did you saw a lot of sewing, I think it almost felt, I think almost every other video was a sewing video at that time, right? But less this time around, so I might bring some other ones in. Because I did, if you look at the videos I did for 2025, right, that Q1, there's a lot of sewing, specifically winter gear type of videos, right? A lot of them, yes, I am still using. Maybe even today. I'll have to see, but although I haven't needed to because it hasn't been that cold, or it's been quite nice, right? But there's a break in that. Like I said, because spring is not here for me yet. Because it definitely don't look like it outside. That's for sure for me. But at least on the bright side of things, there's moisture on the ground, so that's a good thing. Let's tidy a few things up here. So one of the things that I've actually been doing is kind of like doing this before spring cleaning. Is that, does that even go? Or more accurately, I'm putting winter stuff away because it is March already for me here. Like, yeah, I could see some of that stuff in April or May too, but it's more rare, and usually it's not that cold. Although, although, when I was checking the forecast earlier today, apparently the old record, as they say, right? Apparently it can actually get pretty cold here this time of year. Apparently, or at least it's possible. I was just like, dang. I was looking at the temperature, like, dang, that looks like December temperature, not March temperature. I'm like, but it was like dated back, like, back in before the 1900s. Like it's an old record. I was like, dang, that's like looking at how it probably would never happen now, right? Why with the daytime heating and all that other stuff. So yes. So another thing I've been doing here is writing. Yes. Let me see here. Like I said, running some updates here. So one of the things I've been also doing is updating this. Because I currently, like, hold on a second. Pull them out. Sorry, they're in the baby. Let's see. The reason I mentioned is, I should have brought a light out. Sorry, it's daytime, but it's not that bright. Let's see. See, I actually do have those gloves. I should say mitts. All right, the ones I made. All right, the ones I made. The ones that I showed last year around this time, probably back in last February of 2025. Yeah, I still got them. Just sitting in one of the many versions that I made of them. Yes, I do have them. They are currently in this bag at the moment. I might slide them out eventually, but I mean, these would even work right now for me. I know they would. Put them away here. One of these things I have in this bag right now, so I have some sort of protection on my hands if absolutely necessary. And I do have a story here, because right now, like I said, I've gone wet snow here, right? Just the other night, right? Like I said, I have actually seen rain this week, right? Well, one of the times it was raining, I actually had to help someone out because they were having issues with their gutter, right? And it was raining. Well, it wasn't just raining; it was like cold rain, because the temperature outside was like 37 Fahrenheit plus 3 Celsius, and it's raining. Right? Like, there's puddles on the ground. Not from melting snow, but puddles from rain, not from melting snow. Key difference, right? And stuff like that. Like, it's one of those times of years for me where I was just like, you gotta be careful, right? Because, like, it's one thing to be out in the cold. It's one thing to be out in 14 Fahrenheit minus 10 Celsius, 0 Celsius 32, right? It's totally different if it's raining and it's at 37 plus 3 Celsius, right? Like, because when I specifically went out, right? Like, nowhere to lie, right? I was wearing a poncho over a winter jacket. Because I had to. Because, like, it was, like, when those, like, the precipitation's falling out as water more. It's not just wet snow. It's more like rain, right? So, like, yeah. My winter jacket I have, at least right now, because it's sitting beside me, right? It may resist water. It may resist some wet snow and also flurries and actual snow, right? But actual liquid water, rain, right? Because I wore it for a little bit, and I was just like, I had to put on the poncho because I was just like, you know what? That's not doing good. If the insulation gets wet, right, and all that stuff, and my jacket was starting to get a little damp, I was like I was still dry on the inside. Like, don't get me wrong, my insulation, the layers I had underneath, like, say, base layer, hoodie, or whatever, they were still dry, right? But because the outer shell's starting to get wet, that water is pulling heat off of me. Not as fast if I was like, if my base layer or my insulation was wet, then yeah, that'd be worse. But it was one of those times I'm like, yeah, there might be snow outside, but I'm gonna wear this poncho because it is raining or there's enough water. Yeah. Take care, Hal. But yeah, I was just like, I had to pull it out. I actually have it. I actually still have it laid out right now. I just have it hanging right now. Should actually be dry by now. Like I said, real poncho. See? Real poncho. I actually had to wear this. It kind of looked funny, but I was just like, well, you know what? I'm not gonna be laughing if I'm soaking wet, right? And the thing is, I was outside for like at least an hour, right, doing this stuff, right? Like I said, I had to help someone out there, and because they were having problems with their eavesdrop, their gutter system, right? So actually, the poncho came in handy because sometimes, some moisture came off, and and stuff like that. Like, I actually had the hood on too, right? So sometimes I'm like, yeah. Because compared to earlier when I didn't actually have it on, I'm like, yeah, I need to put this on. So, yes. Sometimes that rain gear does help, even in March for me. Even when there's still snow outside, technically, on the ground. But I was just like, you know what? Yeah, I can justify using it this time around. Because it's going to come very, very nicely. Because actually, I started to notice it that night, too, when I was just like, yeah. It's not like I was shivering or anything, but I can realize that, yeah, there's that dampness, right? Because my shell's getting damp. Not like saturated or soaking, but damp, right? And it's pulling heat away, so I'm like, yeah, I gotta make sure I keep the shell dry, too. So, another thing that I also need to do is, because I showed this, when did I show this? I forget. I might have showed it the other day, but I still have to use some of this power in this battery, but it's down to its last bar. I'll probably cycle the power into some batteries. That's why I was actually recharging some of these rechargeable batteries, via solar. Obviously not so much today, but it's because I have one bar on this, so I was just like, I'll push the power somewhere else before I charge it back up. I got other battery banks I can dip into if absolutely necessary, but I decided to use this other one first. Actually, there's something I might actually, yeah. See, I got another device. You can hear my device here. See. Do you want to hear it again? Here, you want to hear it again? It's okay. Yeah, I gotta charge up this device. It's at 48. I'm like, well, now seems like a good time, and I do have to top this off anyways. Just seeing if I gotta top anything else off before I recharge the battery bank. And it's charging. No, 47. So I'm gonna top this off here. Why not? And probably some other devices that I have too. Just top them off too while I'm at it. Just checking on the batteries on these other devices. They're legacy devices, however, I am using them for a very specific reason. Very specific reason. Right? As a contingency option. Such as lighting. Right? Because there is something I actually been wanting to try. Because, I hear this randomly at times, and it almost seems like it's, set in stone at times, the way that they say it. And stuff like that. I've heard it from actual people, then I've heard it from this AI-generated content at times, too. But basically what I've heard is, you can use your phone as a light source. Yeah, we all know that. I've done it before too, right? And such, right? But there was this one thing I heard where, if you use it as a light, you're only gonna get a couple hours of it, 2 or 3 hours, right? I want to see how true that is, right? Because, I have this other device that I can run the light source. It's a legacy device. Right, I'm gonna switch and turn it on. It's one of these legacy devices. Right here. Did I crash the app on it? No, I didn't. Let's see. I'll turn it on. I have it on. I thought I had it on. But yeah, because one of those legacy devices, I just have the display turned down. Seriously? Alright. So you get a light source out of it. Here, I'll block it. But yeah. I've been trying it out. I might show it in the video, but I also have this other one here that more or less the same. Yeah, another one here. I have. So, as you can see, let's see here. 78%. I'm actually not gonna keep this on for a little bit. Why not? I wanted to try this out, like I said, because, instead of totally believing it, or not believing it, or whatever, I'm gonna actually try something like that out. Just not switch it off for a moment. Because I have tried it, for, an hour, right? Don't get me wrong, I know the battery is not drop, right? I think I can understand when people say it or whatever. It's just, because, you want to make sure your phone device has as much charge as possible to make, an emergency call or whatever, or a text or whatever, right? What's the word I'm looking for? So instead of diverting power towards using from your phone to use a light source that's on your phone, having a dedicated light, right? And then obviously, if you get a headlamp or whatever, you can have something more hands free, like, you know, like something I have here, which I've shown, right? A headlamp like something like this, which I've shown. Yes, it does run. Okay. I've still been rocking this headlamp for a little bit. I haven't used it for a little bit. I mean, I got rechargeable batteries in here right now. Yeah. I got these rechargeable batteries in here that I got at a discount from a bargain bin at a major store, right? Because I had a gift card. I was just like I was just passing by. I'm like, oh, batteries, rechargeable batteries, right? Nickel metal hydride type batteries, right? AAA. I actually bought matching double A's from, like, they're branded the same, right? And I was just like, but I got them for a pretty good deal, like, at that time. I mean, they still work, they still recharge, and their capacity's not too bad for what it is, right? I think the AAA's, because it's like a 4-pack. Yeah, it was a 4-pack. A AAA's and a 4-pack of doubles, right? I think the AAA's like cost me like $8 Canadian. Don't quote me on that, because it's been a long time and I didn't keep a receipt, but it was around something like that. Because, like, if I bought them, like, brand new, even from a different brand or whatever, it would have cost me a little bit more than that. So I was just like, and I was able to charge them up. I think that was the only thing I was concerned about. I'm like, oh, if I get them and they don't work or I can't recharge them, right? But I can recharge them. Actually, I can slide them into some of these solar lights to recharge them via solar if I really wanted to, which I have, by the way. It's one of those things that I've been doing. And it seems to work with some of the legacy chargers I have that can trickle in some power for them, which is nice. So I can count on that because I've tried them out and stuff like that. Although I've been realizing there's actually one thing I've realized more and more is that, like, the light sources I've been using, except for like a few, basically run on AAA's for me. Yeah, the batteries I use specifically for the solar lights are actually AA. If that makes any sense. So I mean, I'll still use them or whatever, the power and all that stuff. But I just realized I'm like, yeah, maybe I've been thinking, like, I could have got one for this one store, like, moved and closed down. I was just like, because I could see it in store on, right, and it used a AA. I'm like, I could have got that. I thought I had more time, right? But I'm like, oh, I got more time. This place will be here for a little bit. I'll go back there, like literally a couple months later, it's like gone. I'm like, what? Oh, I missed that opportunity, right? All right, at that, because I'm like, at the time that I was at that place, I was like, well, I was with a friend and we were just having coffee and I just wanted to check out the place and I was just like, yeah, you're right. And I thought I had more time, right? I'm like, I feel like I just procrastinated. I could have got something that would have been useful, specifically a AA, all right? Instead, I would still have to try the runtime and all that stuff, but I'm like, I'll probably have another chance. Knowing I'm pretty sure I'll have another chance at it, but I'll have to take a look for it again. Specifically, similar to the one that I see, because in store you could turn it on, right? And it said it takes one AA, or the other one takes 2 or whatever. But I'm like, for how bright it was, I was like, oh, that's not too bad, right? Because it was bright in store, right? Like the store lights, right? Overhang type of lights and stuff like that, right? I was just like, hey, this is pretty bright for even in store, right? I'm not in the dark or like trying to like see how bright it is underneath my jacket. Is it that bright? And like I could see how bright it was, or I'm like, so I'm assuming that was pretty fresh batteries for what it was. But I was like, well, it's okay. I mean, luckily I have better lights, but So another thing I've also been doing here is actually been rearranging some of this stuff because I realized that yes, I need to arrange. I got like some of these lights out here. I'm still rocking this one, by the way. One of these USB lights right here. Like I could turn it on. You just plug it in here. Like I won't shine the light in the camera, but you get the idea. See, it does work still, right? I could still rock this. Can almost use it as a light, right? I was just like, I still got this. I've had this for a little bit. Actually, I've had this for quite a bit now. I can't remember. Wow. I would have to look back to see when I originally showed it, but I'm pretty sure it's coming into this 9-year mark now. Because I know I got it last decade. It was definitely before 2020. Maybe in 2017, 2018, I'm trying to remember. Because I think I showed a video. Yeah, I did show a video on it. I think it was 2017. Early 2016, 1 to 2. But, yeah, I'm still using it. It's been useful. And it may show up in another video later again. As part of some B-roll that I need to cycle in for. I'll have to see. But I've misplaced something for this other video that I need to find. This other video I have in the works right now. That I'm like, and this is not the same video I was talking about earlier. This is like a different video, right? Like, I have this intro rolled up for it and all this stuff, some B-roll and stuff like that. I just kind of put it together, the content and stuff like that. Hopefully I'll get it done this month, maybe, hopefully, right? Maybe try to post it for this Q3 period, this summer period. Because I think that'll be the time I want to post it. So like I said, I do have a video at the top of the hour to sprout your interests. And to chime in for the first day of spring. Although it doesn't look like it outside though for me right now. Yeah. It's breezy out too. There's a little bit of windshield outside right now. Because the wind's definitely not calm out. Oh yes. I almost forgot I was going to check on these devices. Yes, I think I'll charge up this other one. Yeah. Come on. Work with me here. Since I'm charging up this device that takes a little while, it's got a bigger battery, more capacity, so kind of turn off this device and let it charge off on its own. Give it some time here. I'll do that. Let that run while I'm streaming here. Mark some other things. Let's say check on some other things while I'm doing this, which includes some gray water that I have on the side here. Like I said, some gray water that I have on the side here. Like literally, this is gray. This is gray water that I have on the side here. Yeah. And some gray water. Fairly clean gray water, but it's still gray water for what it is. I usually use that for like cleaning purposes and stuff like that. Like it's very good water still. Like, you know, maybe not quote unquote drinkable. I mean, you could make it more drinkable, but you know, I'll use it like gray water. So usually I use it for cleaning purposes. Usually, because it's fairly clean, fairly good water for cleaning purposes, right? You know, maybe it's not ideal for drinking consumption, but it'll still be good if I wanted to, let's say, wash the floor, clean off a counter or whatever, right? And stuff like that. You know. Or maybe clean something like this off. The food that I had earlier, like literally before the stream started. I think there's one thing I'm gonna do here while I'm at it. Yes, just because I can, and it'll chime in for spring here, even though it's not really spring light outside, but yes. No, I'm not going bananas, but I will reuse this. Because it's one of the things I'm gonna do right now. Just gotta get a pair of scissors. I've shown this on video before, so. You're reusing bananas. At least the peeling anyways. And how I showed increasing the surface area of it. And that is what I'm doing. Just like I showed in that video. Make some slits. In it. Increase the surface area. I'll show you guys in a little bit here. And peel it back like a split. So don't split yet. Because I haven't shown you guys it yet. I don't know if you can hear that. I can hear it, but I don't know if my mic would pick it up. Like I said, this right here, which I've shown. So I will be adding some of that stuff in. Just doing it in this way so I can store it for right now. Because right now I do not have access to the ground right now. Obviously. Also, I don't have access to the ground because it's so kind of frozen, wet. or wet. Or like surrounded by water. One of the two. It's some of these ice dams that I have on the ground that are preventing some of the water from draining all the way out. Although, that does remind me, I was proactive. See, remember, I just told you guys that what it looks outside, right? Before this, like, I had this spot, right, where I was getting puddling of some water, right? Because there was an ice dam, right? So the other day, when it was still warm out, I actually chipped a channel into it, right? To allow the water to flow. Like I said in a video earlier this year, what did I name it? Plan C? Contingency option, right? Liquid water can, right? Well, I didn't really say it in that video, but if you think about it, it's more or less the same. But basically, I allowed the water to drain out and to carve the ground. Because like I said, there's water on one side and there's an ice dam, right? So it's preventing it until the water level overrides and overcomes the bump in the ice dam, right? So I knocked a channel in the ice dam, made it a little bit lower, and like literally within a few hours, it had already started, and with some help, because I pushed some of the water too, Literally, it just carved right through it. And now, now there's a channel, right? So if there's any melting on that one side, which I know will happen, because if springs don't come, the snow has to melt, the ice has to melt, right? The water has to start flowing, right? or else it'll keep looking like this outside, what I see outside. But basically, I'm allowing it to flow out, because I actually had to. I can actually see it from my window right now, but I can actually still see the mark in there. The channel's still holding up. So I can't wait. I can't wait for it to start carving more of the ice out and melting it and ultimately getting spring started. Because clearly spring is definitely delayed here for it once again. Once again, it's definitely delayed here. It's definitely more delayed here. But in the meantime, I'm gonna stay proactive and do what I can. Which includes, I think I'm gonna top up this air device here. It's at 47. It has a light source on it. That's the only reason I'm using it right now. Amongst one other thing for it. I don't have a carrier on it. Well, it's a phone. But I don't have a carrier on it, so I mean, I can make an emergency call, but maybe something like that. Some of this other stuff nowadays, like, you can't run it, right? Because again, I'm not running like, a map GPS on it, right? It's too old. Software's outdated. No longer supported all the right obsolescence and all that stuff, right? So, but it does have some, at least, two things I can use on it. Right? Two things I can use on it. Because I know some people out there will have legacy devices that they'll use to read documents on of, like PDF, portable document format, right? PDFs and stuff like that. Because maybe they have like survival manuals or survival material, right? Or something, or homesteading, preparedness type of material, right? Referral, reference type of material, right? That they have on a device to work in conjunction or as a redundancy to like a hard copy of it, like a paperback hard copy, or it actually physically written down on paper, right? Regardless if it's handwritten, printed, or hey, this was mass produced as a book or a magazine, right? So, because I've been actually lately, at times, depending what I'm doing, right? Like, even when I'm shoveling snow sometimes, I'll be listening to like, I have to have it set out because I'm not actually reading it, but, like, over on the, what's it called, the Internet Archive site, there is some material there that I was just, like, kind of seeing, like, it's kind of older, right? Maybe 80s, 90s, or whatever, right? Type of, when it was published, right? But some of that information is still viable, even in 2026, right? Because the physics hasn't changed that much, right? The gear might have changed, right? But the physics of, if you boil water, it's going to make it more biologically safe to consume. Yes, right? Although there is always caveats, right? You can boil water, it's biologically safe, right? But it may not help if there's salts in it, dissolve minerals, heavy metals and such, right? So you have to figure out other ways to remove that or separate that kind of stuff out, right? But I'd be listening to it and stuff like that. Like, I have to have it, like, spoken, right? Like an audiobook, right? Like, I can read it, right? But I just like listening to it. I will just scan to a section, like the shelter section or whatever. I'll just start listening to it, right? Or it's talking about the cold and I'm like outside shoveling. I'm like, right? Just thinking about it. I'm like, I'm like, maybe some ideas will pop into my head about it and stuff like that, and I can work with them, right? So someone was asking me earlier this month, right? They're like, CR, yes, I'm still waiting to. Hey, go figure, it's Molly. Well, Molly, you know who I'm talking about already, but yeah, he asked. Remember when he asked me about the Quincy and why I don't have it? It's not because there's not enough snow. It's because all the snow was melting, or so soft, like wet snow, right? And like it was, see, right now for me it's like this equinox time, this springtime, right? The temperature fluctuates a lot. It, we, for here anyways, like unless it's extremely cold or extremely mild, generally like March, early April too, right? This is the freeze and fall cycle that I go through, where, because like I said earlier, my normal daytime high for this time of year is like 39 Fahrenheit, 4 Celsius, right? So if you think about like that, if the temperature's hovering around the freezing point, precipitation comes out, or there's precipitation on the ground like snow, well, I mean, it can change. It could be melting, it could be freezing, and it could just take that 1 degree difference, right? Like even right now, I've noticed that some of this wet snow I'm getting is actually freezing because it's losing enough energy. It's starting to solidify, right? Depending where it is, right? If there's more of it, then it's different. But if it is low drops on the side, if it doesn't evaporate, it's not freeze, right? So right now, that's what I've been dealing with, and that's why I don't. That's why I don't usually make a Quincy this late in the season, because it's just like I just feel like it would just melt away, like get so soft that I would lose like the structural parts of it, right? Or if it got too warm, let's just say above freezing, it may collapse under its weight because it's no longer frozen. All right. This is why I rarely make. I usually, if I do make them, I rarely make them in December, so I can actually use it for a while. Because I just like even right now, like if I made one right now, like well maybe not necessarily right now, but yeah, I probably could get somewhere with it for a little bit, but it wouldn't last that long for me. I wouldn't be able to use it that long before it starts to, you know, I'm starting to lose the part in the front because it's starting to fall and like, because it's not cold enough to keep it solid, and it's too wet, so it becomes soggy. Right? And of course, the energy and the effort I have to put into doing it. Remember, to make a Quincy, like, you have to pile of snow, right? Which means that I'm lifting it. Even if I'm using mechanical advantage or whatever, right? Like I've shown in the past, it still takes effort, and I still have to pile enough of it, right? Especially if I'm actually, like, wanting to use it to either put something in or sit in or whatever. It's got to be big enough, which means I need enough of it, right? That's why I rather do it when it's slightly more below freezing for a little bit, like where the temperature doesn't come back to the freezing point. Let's say 14 Fahrenheit minus, well, 20 Fahrenheit minus 6 Celsius, right? Or lower. Because then I can actually use it for a while, and I can keep it cheap for a little bit before, and stuff like that. Because as it melts, it gets thinner. Like I said, I don't want the losing the walls, right, and stuff like that. But that's my opinion about it, or my, yes. So right now, because I'm pretty sure I scheduled it for right now. I do have a video out right now. Yeah, wait, and watch it after. All right, watch it after. Just something to sprout your interest, like literally. Right? I mean, don't get me wrong, I did not. Today's video that you're seeing or will be seeing is out right now. I did not record it today. It was recorded a little bit earlier in the season, but yes, the knowledge and the information is still sound for right now. Especially since spring's the calendar spring's here. Some of you are actually seeing it, while I'm still getting this 404 error. No, CR, Spring is not loading in your area. Please try again in 5 minutes. Well, looks like that 5 minutes might turn into 5 days at this rate. Oh, yes. I almost forgot. What was I going to do? I'm supposed to get this charger out to charge this device. Unfortunately, it's a legacy device, so yeah, more proprietary type of charger, right? For the more common USB connection points that we got nowadays, right? All the way up to like what we got now, Type C, right? Well, it's not Type C, so I have to find its legacy charger. I mean, where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Glad I labeled it. So yeah, it's on the plug it in right now. Like I said, I gotta drain out this battery bank. That's the reason I'm doing it. I gotta drain out this battery bank. Once it starts flashing, then I'll recharge it. But until then, I'll keep using the power. Alright. Let's see here. Top off. There's actually something else I want to experiment with anyways. Later. This evening, later tonight. I gotta wait for it to get dark. Oh, see? Ding! Alright, it's at 46%. Let's see how much charge I can get. Switch it to an off position. It's a device I don't actively use constantly, so I can charge it up from a power off state for a little bit. So it's about 5 after right now. Let's see. We'll see what my indicator shows at the bottom of the hour. I charge for 25 minutes straight in an off position. We'll see from there. We'll see how much power I can get out of it or put into it anyways. On some other devices, so I want to top back off. I'm not expecting anything to happen, but I'm just cycling the power, right? Once the main battery bank starts blinking, saying, "Please recharge me, CR," then I'll recharge it and top it back off. And wait, it's ready to go. And while that's topping back off, see, this battery takes, I know how long it takes, right? It's not that fast, right? I gotta wait some time, right? So during that time, if I do need a battery bank, I do have another one that I can resort to, so, that's because I have at least two. So if one's down, I get the other one, because that's how I maintain it. I at least try to not use, I'm gonna use a little bit power of this battery bank and a little bit power of this battery bank, right? The next thing you know, it's just I want to go out somewhere camping, and it's dang, why is my battery bank only at 3/4 or half full? I've done that before once, right? And the thing is, you're still carrying the same amount of weight anyways, right? Because the battery weight doesn't change per se, right? But the capacity that you have, or the amount, the charge level you have, well, that can change, right? So I start doing making sure I always have a full battery bank ready in reserve, right, just in case. Whatever reason, if I gotta slide away or without an outlet or whatever type of scenario or situation, I still have something that's full, So at any given moment, I should at least have one full battery bank at any given moment, right? Sometimes it's a little bit more than one or two, but today, I at least got one full battery bank and one that has one bar. Then I'm actually discharging out into another device that I can use for later on. And go from there. Yes. Alright. I must be gun for punishment for this. Clearly, I'm gonna show you guys once again. Here. As I open the door here. Well, you don't hear that, but. Yay. It's like so rock solid. I'm like trying to put the CR in there. Yeah. There. Wait, hold on. Maybe. Okay. That's better. Look, I made a CR. There's a screenshot right there of CR. In the snow, too. Woo! It's chilly out here without a jacket. Like I said, I've just stepped outside. Obviously, you know, if I was going everywhere, I wouldn't not. I'd be wearing a jacket, right? It's not spring outside. It's not like even some of these other days I've seen. It's not over 50 Fahrenheit plus 10 double digits. So it's definitely not that warm out. Definitely still jacket weather, still winter lake weather today for me. Although, luckily enough, this ain't done last. Still. The trend still looks like, you know, seasonal, maybe slightly below seasonal. Nothing. No. Less of this white stuff, less of the extreme cold for a bit. I'm looking forward to it. And besides, I need certain conditions to come back because I need to test out something, but I need to wait for it because right now it's too cold for it. Just like some of this winter gear that I have, I actually have to wait for it to be cold enough. For it. Sometimes, like on a day like this, it's actually not cold enough. And you're like, why is it? How is it not cold enough, CR? It's because, like it's let's say a jacket or whatever, a hat or whatever, right? Well, I've worn it in this temperature before, and I'm like, whoo! I'm not breaking a sweat, but I feel really warm, right? So I'm like, yeah. If it's really warm at this temperature, it'll still be warm at a lower temperature. To a certain degree, right? So I'm waiting for I've been waiting at times. This year around, I didn't really see a lot of it, right? A little bit, a couple days at times, on and off, on the weeks, but I'm like, I had a chance to try out certain little things. Like I said in my last live stream, right, where I showed the ski pants, right, and stuff like that, outdoor winter pants, right? Those are the kind of things that, yeah, I can wear them right now. I'll be really warm, and I can wear them. Don't get me wrong, right? But I also realize that, yeah, they're really warm right now. Like I've worn them when it's way below freezing, you know, below 0 Fahrenheit, below -17, right? I don't. But the reason why is because I want to see the range for it. I want to see what it can handle. Multiple times, right? Because like, as people, as warm-blooded people, right? Individuals and stuff like that. Some people run a little bit hotter, some run a little bit cooler, relatively speaking, right? Like, I used to know someone, I haven't seen him for a long time. I used to know someone in the winter, it'd be snowing, and they'd be wearing shorts. Not all the time. Like, they had their tolerances, but, like, I've seen it, right? And I managed to talk to their son, last summer or whatever, right? And it was just like, hey, is your dad still running hot? He's like, yeah, dad still runs hot. He's like, yeah, that hasn't changed, right? Because we were just having a big talk about, making small talk about it, right? Because I never understood, I could never do that. I am definitely not one of those people that run hot in the winter. I'm more like, I think I need an extra later on. And stuff like that. Let's see, where am I at? Okay, it's about 12 after. Still got another 18 minutes. I want to see where the vice level is at. Because it was at 46, 47. So, let's see if I can get into that 60, 75 range. Among some other things. Like I said, I have to discharge that battery bank anyways. I'm just discharging it into something I can use, right? That's usually how I go about it. Like sometimes like because sometimes let's say if I was like it just the last bar just appeared and I started to charge my phone, right? There there may be a little enough of a charge to top off some other batteries, like some AA batteries I have, right? And then kind of top it back off, right? So I'm always using the power or storing the power as much as I can in a usable form as much as possible, if that makes any sense. So while I wait for that to keep going here, I think I'm actually gonna bring out some. I haven't. Oh, it's probably been a very long time since I've shown this. Very, very long time. I'm gonna turn it on right now. Wait for it. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, it is that sound, by the way. It is that sound. It is that sound. Let me just. It's gonna be bright because I'm showing it. Nope. Hold on a sec. Give me 1 sec. Okay, sorry about that, everyone. Apparently, someone wanted to drop something off to me. Wasn't expecting it, but yes. Oh, like I said, I'll show this now. Let's see. I'll show. See, the light source right here. Yes. Block it somewhat, but yes. Yes. I mean, I would flip it around, but you know what I mean. Yes, I still have it. Still have it. Got 2 bars on it. Trying to find the other one that I have. Trying to find the other one that I have. But I put it away. Just this air device. I may want to top off on add in. Among some other things that I want to top off here before the weekend ends, or before the weekend starts, anyways, right? So, like I said, I may do. There will be streams later for this weekend. Well, stay tuned for the time, right? I'll have to see about tomorrow. Since tomorrow's Saturday, the 21st, yeah. Usually I attend some streams, so I'll have to work in some stream time. Let's see. I don't know, maybe in the afternoon or evening. I don't know, afternoon, evening, or tomorrow night. And like I said earlier, I I do want to bring something back to the channel. I haven't brought it back for a while. I haven't brought back something for a while. I know Puppy would like to see it come back, and I know Brian would like to see it back. But like I've also said, I also need an audience for it too, right? So that's how it works. Because it's an interactive type of stream. Not so much. It's it's less dry than this, right? This is. I know this is a dry stream for me. I'm not showing too much for what it is and stuff like that, right? But yes. So apparently I need to find another device. I thought I had it. I thought I put it to the side. There's actually something else I have right now. Oh, yay! I found it. Yay! And of course now I just dropped the box. That had stuff in it. Hold on. I guess I can show this. Huh. Still got power from the last time I charged it. Yeah. I'll show you guys here. Yes. Something very blue. See? Yes. Something very blue. I'm just gonna leave that on the screen for a minute there, as I have a sip of coffee here. Cheers. It's good coffee. I wish the sky was blue outside. This might be the only blue I see today. Pun intended. But yes, I still got three F4 bars on it. I've used this before. I think I've even brought this out camping before. As an additional light source. Or as a contingency light source. I mean, it is what it is. In terms of being this color. Right? So. You know, I'm not saving night vision with this. Or whatever, right? It's gonna be quite obvious, but. On the bright side of certain little things. If I have. Let's see. I think I have anything nearby. If I had something like a yellowish color, right, it would stand out a lot with this. Without showing a brand here. Of course. I don't know if you're not gonna be able to see that, but see, that says light. See, I even named it. I have it external display power out timed out, but yes, like I said, I'm showing the brand. So it says light on it. I purposely made sure it said light on it. I think I turned down the noise too on it, unless I turn it off. Charge. Apparently I need to charge up my battery here on my device, my recording device, so that's what I will do. And let's just gonna make this bigger. I'm gonna make me big. Let my battery charge up here. So yes, I wait because I still have 8 more minutes for the other device. Let's see how much power I can put in. Like I said, I've used this as a light source before while camping, right? As an additional light source. Something very, like, I don't need the distance, right? But just something simple that, hey, I just need to use the restroom, use the washroom, you know, use the porta potty, whatever, right? That kind of thing. Just enough, right? Because I don't need it blaringly bright. I just need to see the path and like not fall in the toilet. Right? Like that's all important, right? And all that stuff, right? Or ran away, and stuff like that. And yes, I can. Yeah, maybe I do have my phone with me. Maybe I do have a flashlight with me too, or whatever, right? But you know, let's just say, I feel less bad if I drop this in one versus dropping my phone, or I'd say, another type of flashlight that I have with me, right? Let's just say that, right? And besides, this also I can lay it down, right? It's not the roll around like another flashlight that you like. A lot of these flashlights usually are round, right? Usually, right? So they can roll. So I don't want to be putting it on a porta potty and just like have it roll down. It's just like right. And clearly I don't want to have my phone out during that time either, right? Because yeah, I've heard the stories that people with their phones. So, yeah, I'm trying to avoid that. I don't want to be one of those. Oops, I dropped it in that bowl. That'd be such a crappy situation, like pun intended, but like literally, right? So, if that makes any sense, so that's why I do it like that. At times, right? I'll have these other devices, because sometimes I'm passing it to someone too, right? And like I said, as long as this is flipped open, the keyboard light will show, right? But like I was showing someone that's like younger, right? Like younger, right? They would be more hip on like it's that generation that would be like into like Fortnite, right? And stuff like that, among other things, right? So I showed them something so legacy device, so like almost retro. Well, I wouldn't even call it retro, but legacy anyways, right? I wouldn't call it quite retro, but because it's still post millennium type of tech, right? But I was just like, they're like, CR, yes, I can't believe you have this. I'm like, well, yeah, well, you're using it right now and it's helping you, right? And it's like, yeah, well, so it's still useful, right? I just happen to have the charger. If I didn't have the charger, then it'd be one thing, right? Like, I still actually have a USB charger for it, so that's the reason I have it. And like I said, I can use it as a contingency thing, amongst some other things. And I think it's almost that time, isn't it? Should be almost that time. At least my battery's going on. I just have to check on it. What time in here? 26 after. Screw it. I'll turn this back on and just take a look. See how much of a charge I got. I was at 46, 47. I think, I'm gonna guess 61, 62. Maybe, at most. Maybe at least over 60. Let's see what I got here. As I wait for the load screen to like load up what my battery is on this device here. While I wait for that, I'll get the other charger that I need. Let's see here. Any second now. I almost forgot how slow the startup is on this other device. I'm still waiting for it. Oh, there we go. Hey, 62! Yeah, see, I kind of guessed it. Yeah, it's at 62. So I managed to pick up 15% in, like, 15 minutes. So I'm going to run some runtime tests on this later today. But in the meantime, I'm just going to turn it off. I need to charge up better boys, anyways. The blue one. Well, let's hear the sound. Hey, do you want to hear that sound again? Here. Here's the... Plugged in. Plugged in. Plugged out. Plugged in. Let this charge for a little bit. Actually, I'm going to give it exactly 50 minutes. I got to switch it off, though. You're going to hear it. Just saying. That's how legacy or old it is. Alright. Give it about 15 minutes. Give it till a quarter two. I just want to see if I can. I don't know. I'll probably see the full bar indicator, but since it's a legacy device, it doesn't show numerical value. So yeah, I'll probably be able to get into that 80% zone. Use it up. Use some of it. Because sometimes I'll use it. Like I said, I have some other ones too that I need to dip into. So I'll probably go until the top of the hour unless I see influx of people drop in amongst some other things. Enjoy my coffee eater while I'm at it too. Oh yeah. Coffee. On a spring day, but it looks more like winter outside. Yep. Seems just about right. I'll let that top off a little bit. And like I said, I still have the bar indicator of it. I still have my indicator still, excuse me, still shows, eh? See? The voice I have ran in. Right now. Still have one bar. Once it starts flashing the indicator, then I'll stop charging things and top back off, right? Let it charge only overnight, or if I'm using a device, then I can charge it off of. That's usually how I go about it now. So, because like I don't like to leave the batteries charging while they're, especially if they're already at 100%. I don't like doing that personally. I don't like overcharging my devices, so just enough, right? Just enough so it's full, or at least into that 95% range, right? That'll be good. Usually that's plenty of power for me. As I get some other things ready here. So, another thing I've been doing here is I've been making some updates on some of these kits. Alright. I'll show the outside of it. I won't show because I had updated this, but like this one right here. Don't mind what that says, but yes, this kit right here, yes, with the triangle, yes. I still haven't had to use it much at times, right? Because it's very specific, right? And I do have other options, but I've been taking a look at this. I may do a version 2 of it. I think the only video I have is a version 1 of this, and I haven't shown this for a while, right? I made some updates on it, right? And stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, some of the items I haven't specifically had to use. However, with that said, I have used the items from other times, right? This is just more a dedicated type of kit for it, right? I mean, one of these guys, one of these types things too, right? I mean, might have to wind it up a bit here. I mean, I'm sorry everyone, but I'm winding here. Let's wind this up a little here. Not too much. There. Yay! Alright. One of these and a half. Actually, there is one thing I actually might attempt right now. Now that I think about it. I think I actually... See, I don't have the lanyard on her right now. I must have taken it out. As you can see, I do not... Oh, right there. See, I don't have it on. I'm trying to remember my thinking behind it. Was it to save on weight, or did I think it was not necessary? I don't know. I think it was probably the latter. I mean, I got some reflective material on it just so it stands out. I mean, it's a silver with a black handle and, obviously LED lights. Light emitting diodes. Yeah, right? Like I said, I got the reflector on it, see, all that stuff, right? So it stands out, even though it's a light source anyways. I mean, if it's on, it's not stand out, but just something I have. I've actually had this for a while, right? I haven't actually had to use this that much, but I mean, it could be useful, especially if I need that extra weighting. Well, let me put this away before I forget. That's one thing I always gotta remember to put things away after I show them. Or show them for a video or whatever, because it's just like, yeah. There's some other things I've ran as updates on it, right? There's some other things I've added in. Actually, now that I think about it, I might actually, not necessarily right now, but we'll check on this one, man. And there's some things that I've shown in here before, right? I mean, this ain't a reveal of it or whatever. I mean, it hasn't changed that much from version 1, but I have made updates on it, right? There is actual updates on it, right? Like, I haven't changed the container, let's just say, right? Where I'm storing it. Because I kind of like this container. Especially since I'm not only because I'm reusing it, right? But like, I'm putting lights in a container that used to contain LED lights. Like, to me, that's just like, it's so the path for it. Right? And the thing is, this container right here was someone gave me because that's when I first saw it, I'm like, oh, this would make a perfect type of kit like this, right? It's transparent and and stuff like that. I mean, honestly, this ain't designed to keep water out, right? But I'm also not planning to like go diving with this. Right? You know what I mean? If I'm doing anything like that, honestly, I would bring or have contingency options for it, right? But for what it is, right? It's well organized and such. There's maybe a few things I might do with this. I don't know. I've tried to reorganize the organization. I mean, it's got a handle on it, so at least it can handle that much. Let's see, where am I at? 36 after. Still gotta wait 9 minutes for it to see for that air battery, but yeah. Because I've realized, like, about gear, right? And maybe I'll do a video on it one of these days or whatever, right? Because it always seems like when I want to do a video on it, I don't have the words to say. Yeah, when I'm doing it as part of a live stream, all the words will just come to me, right? But I realize this is like, where does the gear stop? It's just like, and what do you do with all this older gear? Legacy, right? Or if you've upgraded, all that stuff, right? And yeah, I get how people would, like, hand it down to something else or to someone else, right? And I get that, like, I've done that, people have done it to me and stuff like that. Yeah, it's all good, right? If someone gives you a flashlight, right? Yeah, that's nice, right? Or something like that. Or let's just say you're able to upgrade, so your older one you put somewhere else in a different type of kit or whatever, right? So instead of every day carrying it, you're starting to put it into your, like, airbag, car kit, whatever, right? Which I just remembered this other little piece that I have in here, which I'm also storing something in.
I need to check right now too. 1 minute. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about these. Yeah, see, I just realized some are the little things I need to check in here. I haven't checked this box for a while. I didn't realize how to put one of these adapters in here. I don't even know why I put this adapter in here. I put a USB adapter with the batteries. I'm like, what was I thinking? Why do I don't need that together? Because they don't work together like that, right? It's not like there's a battery charger or, let's say, a tester in here, right? Then that would make sense. But why do I have a USB adapter in there, right? I should be putting it with their stuff, right? Or matching it, or trying to tie it together and stuff. So I think I'll put this to the side here. These little tiny things here. Sometimes they can be useful. Put this to the side here. Get that out of the way. Where am I at right now? And it's about 20 minutes too. A little more, 20 more minutes, about 6 more minutes. I want to see how much of a charge can I get out of this. And not only that, how much power can I put into this stuff without the battery indicator changing from 1 bar left to blink, 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 blink. Alright, saying that, please charge me. I'm low, please charge me. Alright. So let's see what else I have. What's this at? Yeah, that's still good. I'm gonna check this other one I have. It should still be good. It actually should say 90, 100, or 100, 99 or 100%. Let's see here. I've shown this one before. Okay, it says 97. Okay. Still got a bit of charge. I've shown this one before. Oh, sorry. See? Yeah, come on, focus here. Come on. Yeah, come on. Yeah, I think you can make that out. Yeah, it says 97. I can see it on screen. Yeah, so. I haven't had this one for how long? I have used this, though. It has come in handy for me on some of my travels already. I actually have used it. I just kind of like this for what it is. Yeah. I actually brought this out when I was visiting someone, because I had to go visit someone. So I actually did bring out that battery bank with me. Like I said, it was actually quite useful. I was actually surprised what I could do with it, right? I mean, it's not the highest capacity, right? Milliamp wise, but I mean, for the things I'm using it for, it's not too bad. You know, because it's meant more as not just a battery, like a battery backup or battery bank, but technically it has dedicated LED lights on it. And not only that, it's got a red on it and a flash, right? So yes, I have used it. It has come in handy. Although I haven't brought out camping yet, because the last time I went camping, I brought out a different battery bank, which I've shown. That's specifically the last one that I just showed. But I think it's almost on time. 42. Yeah, I'll wait a couple more minutes. Nope. Still got 1 to 1. See, it's still holding out on 1 bar. Right. I mean, I'm charging a device that doesn't have that high of a capacity or that big of a battery, so I'm not expecting it to flash yet. I might be able to charge up that one all the way, where it says battery fully charged, or battery charge complete, or whatever it says. Usually, let's see how long I can go for on it. maybe even run it tonight for me. Since I banked some of this power, maybe I'll use some of it while I'm at it too. Put some away here. Oops. Yep. Wow. I didn't realize it was that windy out. I just look outside briefly. I have something on standing on the ground, and it's just wobbling just a little, like in the wind. I'm like, although it's not full or weighted down, but I was just like, dang, I could see it. I can still see it. It's just like teetering back and forth. I mean, it's level. It's not to fall over, but I'm just like, it's windy enough, anyways. I mean, like, the wind chill's not that strong, but it's also not sunny out. It's also like probably like 32 right now, zero Celsius right now for me. So I know the temperature's dropping. I know it is because I have standing water outside. It's starting to freeze. Not necessarily a puddle, but there are places that have standing water that it's starting to freeze. It's starting to look more like slush. It's not very liquid water much. Yes. Alright, I guess that's enough time. Let's turn it back on. Yes. Let's see here. Is it gonna give me a full bar indicator? No, it is giving me a full bar indicator. Technically. Technically, it's good. Because it's full bar indicator right now at the moment. But like I said, I know it's not full. Because it would tell me it's fully charged. I know it's not. It's probably within that 80% range, 75-80% range at least. So let's see here. I still got some power on this battery. Maybe I can direct it into something. Actually, which time did I go on? 14 minutes. Yeah. So I'll end the stream at the top hour. I was actually thinking of recharging my own device that I'm using for the stream right now, but I'll just wait till after. Since I'm in the stream anyway, and I still have power, it's just easier if I just kind of wait. And then when I start charging back up, alright, I won't be running it. So you'll get more of a charge anyways. Even though I'm at like 20%. I should be able to last until the top of the hour. Until then. I mean, I've got other battery banks I can dip into if absolutely necessary, so. Still got some power. Actually, here's something I want. There's something else I have to try out too. I would show you guys more, like literally I feel like I got a lot of tech on the table right now. I really do. Battery bank, devices, charging cables. Like, even my stream light's on the table right now, like. I'm still rocking this light. I've rocked this light for like a while now. Let's see my stream light. Let's see. See, it's got a CR in it. It's worn down. But yeah. But yes, it's got CR in it. You can barely notice it. Maybe at that angle, see. I see, it's got a... Like, I think I got a rechargeable battery. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure I got a rechargeable battery in here right now. Yes. One. I'm gonna keep you guys in the loop here. Yeah, get it? I'm gonna keep you guys in the loop here. Yeah. And I'll end that loop now. Let me put it back in here. Apparently I need more of a charge than I realize. So yes. Put this back in. I really like this way. Like, let me be straight up. Right? This was gifted to me from someone else. Right? This was not purchased by me. But this light, I have been using it for a while. Like, I didn't use it like necessarily like last night per se, right? But at times I have used it, and when I do use it, it's come quite useful. Like, I realized that, you know, yeah, don't get me wrong, I've used the light source on the phone before, right? Clearly, right? But sometimes I like, there's some benefits of actually having a dedicated light source. Maybe not hands-free like a headlamp, but even a flashlight or torch, because it allows you to get in closer and have some sort of hands-free operation or clip thing, right? Like, this has a reversible clip on it. Right, so I could attach it to a hat and stuff like that. I really do like these reversible clips. It's very nice. It's very handy too. Like, I've actually had to use this before on a ball cap. I've actually had to do it just because I wasn't quite expecting to leave at night or whatever, right? And speak of which, that reminds me, like, usually, like, I don't usually always have it during the daytime, right? Sometimes it's somewhere else or whatever, right? Well, this one day that I didn't think I would need a light source. Like, don't get me wrong, I had the phone, right? Well, apparently I did need it, but it was during the day, right? It's just because the certain angles, right, couldn't see because the sun's in this direction, so I needed a light source. Like, I had to use a device like a phone, right? But I was just like, on that day, I was just like, man, I didn't think I would need a light source like a torch or a flashlight, but I'm like, it would have came in handy if I brought it. Right? I just like, I mean, I still managed to get it to go and still got the task done, but I was just like, this could have been more useful in terms of hands-free anyways, right? Because if I had my Streamlight, I would have had a ball cap on or whatever I had on, right? And I could have used it instead of, hold on guys, I gotta hold on to this device for the light source, right? Because, you know, because I'm trying to support some weight and, you know, and stuff, because the way that we were putting something together has to be in a certain way, because obviously the functionality has to work at the end. So, like, certain little things, it's like a placeholder, right? Here, can you just hold this for a sec? I need to put this in, so then you can put it in and then kind of finish it off and, you know, secure it or screw it in place, right? It was just one of those things. I was just like, yeah, I wish I brought it. I didn't, like, because I didn't think I would need it, right? Like, it wasn't, like, necessarily, like, today where it's cloudy. There was some sun, too. I just, like, I didn't, you know, I mean, it would have been one thing if it was, like, inside. I was with these people outside, right? You know, we're not in the shade, too, right? But it's just, like, we need to see something, like, a small area that's darker and, you know, and stuff like that, and there's too much sun behind it and casting too much shade in front of it, and it was harder to notice, because we had to thread something really in a certain way, and that's like, I'm like, I really wish I brought my I should have brought my stream light or something, or at least a headlamp. But in hindsight, right? In hindsight, I was just like, well, whatever. At least I had something with me to make it work in the meantime. Now, I do have a nerd device here, but I don't want to turn on because I don't know if it's going to turn on to the one thing that I don't want, and it's really loud. and I don't want it randomly turning on a radio station or a bunch of static. So, I mean, no, I don't want to turn it on because I know it's going to be loud, and I definitely don't want to turn it on. Yes, something else I have. Something else I have. Something else I have. Yeah. Hey, look, guys. Do you guys like my guest speaker? Do you guys like my guest speaker that I have on the screen right now? Oh. I hit the wrong key. I wasn't supposed to flip it. But yeah. You can see that I'm wearing a buff right now. Got a hood on right now. Just trying to keep my head warm. And such. Yeah. This will probably be. Yeah. Yeah, so you can hear that. See, you can hear that. Yeah, see. There's something dislodged in this. I don't know if I want to. See, there is like screws on it, like hex key type of screws, right? I've been thinking, I'm like, I could try, but the thing is, I realized dismantling something is easy, putting back something together in one piece and working order is another thing, right? I'm like, because yeah, I've actually at times, I'm like, in hindsight, maybe I shouldn't have tried. Because I made it worse, right? Because it's one thing if you make it better, right? Oh, yeah, you fix it or whatever. Or if you make a device or something along the lines of that, or it has mechanical things, and you make it worse because you can't put it back together in the same way that you've originally, before you dismantled it, right? Because you're trying to fix something, like a loose screw or whatever, right? Or something loose inside. Yeah, it's one of those things. I'm just like, because I'm like, I know it's not that complicated inside, right? But I'm like, I could, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see, where am I at? Alright. It's almost the top of the hour. It's almost 4 p.m. Pacific, 6 Eastern right now. And I'm almost at that 2 hour mark. I keep forgetting I started the stream just before that top of the hour. So I'll go right to the top of the hour. Yeah, it's a couple more minutes. I have a clock on the side to take a look at. Yeah, it's 56 after right now. I'll let that go until I'm ready here. Get some other things ready. Actually, there is one thing. There's one thing I could attempt to do, maybe. So I do have this out right now. And I think I actually do have to use the wire. I think I'll charge up that device. While I'm at it. Let's plug this in here. And it should give me an indicator, right? It should give me an indicator, right? Yeah, it's charging. I'll bank some of the power over on this other one before I top it back off again. So that battery bank will take a bit to top back off, especially from a empty state. So That's why I always make sure I always have one available now. One that's always full. Especially since the time I went camping and I only brought halfway charged battery bank. I mean, but yeah, that'll be for another day in their story, right? So 2 minute, 90-second warning for this streamer. So I appreciate everyone that dropped by on this, right? I know Hallie, Marie, with a Y, of course Huga, and CV, and of course Vanessa. I appreciate everyone that dropped by. Shout out to the replay gang, right? You know, especially if certain little my replayers are watching right now. Continuous replay. Let's see on it. I appreciate that. Alright. And if you haven't checked out my last video, which will be up on the channel already, if you're just catching this on the replay and such, and I explained it earlier, right? Go check out that video. Come back to the stream and let it play out. And I appreciate the watch time you guys are giving me right now. So, I thought I spent enough, and just like 30 seconds. So everyone, keep an eye out for some of these other streams I'm going to be doing this weekend. It'll be more specific, right? Not so general, like this one, right? And I'm going to charge up some other things with a CR in it. And like always, things are changing out there, so we're going to adapt to the best that we can. Not with just gear, but with knowledge and skill too. And some experience to help that along too. Alright? And not just assume. And when possible, try to help someone out there. The best that you can. Pay it forward. PIF it. The best that you can. Until the next time, I'll catch you all on the next one. Take care, everyone. Peace out from C.